guys are stuck on Canelo not fighting Benavidez that's at 175, and no one stays stuck on Shakur not fighting Gary Russell, not fighting Josh Warrington, not fighting Cordina, all in 3 separate unifications. No one stays stuck on Tank not fighting Loma for 7 years, never fighting Devin, never fighting Tio. Where's the people that say stay stuck on? It's strange to me. Like, if we were just equal with all fighters, we would be in a better place.
Morning. Y'all didn't know it is the big boss hog, boss dog, K-Po, do the dough. Hit the touch this box, fucking about soliloquy. Them toe-toes on last, could people do it on yourself. Caught him in the highlight, maybe you matter. Peep game. 84's on what? Swing. I know I gotta throw Houston in there somewhere. Alright. So, shout out to the Boxing Voice. We don't always agree on everything. You know what I mean? No way in shape or form or us on Clutch Factory, because you know we clutch to clutch, I know what you're talking about. Trying to get any shine, any recognition. You know, this is simply just, they had a good topic, and boss feel like, man, want to interact on the topic. So, Ness, on the Boxing Voice, shout out to them, shout out to everything they got going. Yet again, like I told y'all, we grown men. You know, we ain't gonna always agree on everything. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, they don't know me, I don't know them. But kind of disagree with him on this one. He says that, you know, people are stuck on Canelo Álvarez fighting David Benavidez. He said David Benavidez is now at 175. You know, he's not at 168 pounds. He mentioned a list of other fighters saying, hey, this fighter's not at, you know, these fighters didn't fight. These fighters didn't fight. You know, he mentioned Shakur and a bunch of fighters, mentioned Tank and Lomachenko and, you know, and all this other stuff. You know, so he was like, why are we stuck on Canelo versus David Benavidez? And I'll tell you why we stuck on Canelo versus David Benavidez. Because that's the most sought after fight. That's why. When you mention these other fights, those wasn't sought after fights. Those are fights that some of the fans wanted to see. Right? You had a certain group of people that was like, yeah, I want to see that fight. This particular fight, you got dang near the whole boxing world. That's a super mega fight. Canelo versus David Benavidez is a mega fight. So that's why people want to see it. Also, Canelo has fought at 175. Right? He's fought up there. And I understand that the guys he's mentioned, you know, they all were at the same weight class. But I'm here to tell you that those weren't like where the whole boxing world wanted to see it. When you got the whole boxing world like, hey, we want to see Canelo versus David Benavidez. I want to see Canelo versus David Benavidez. The whole boxing world wants to see that fight. It's not a fight that was pushed like Terrence Crawford versus Canelo Álvarez. It's a fight that everybody wants to see, right? We want to see if Canelo could deal with that Mexican monster. Pause. You know what I'm saying? David Benavidez, that's what it is. We want to see that. We want to see how he going to deal with that. You know what I mean? That's the only fight we want from Canelo. After that, we don't care who he fight. And that's just real talk. After that, we don't care. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to lie to you. There are no other fights that I want to see Canelo fight. I'm not going to lie to you. Canelo versus Dimitri Bivol, like, we already seen that. I feel like Canelo can't beat Dimitri Bivol. There's nothing he can do. I'm not for the lie to you. I'm not even for the cap and be like, oh, yeah. I'm telling you, I don't see, like, there's nothing that man could do to beat Dimitri Bivol. Dimitri Bivol's just got his number, bro. He's bigger. You know, that pendulum bounce, Canelo can't figure that out, bro. You know what I mean? He can't figure that out. You know? Hell, Arthur Benavidez barely can figure that out. You know what I'm saying? And Arthur Benavidez was crushing boys. So, all I'm saying at the end of the day, to keep it 1,000, is like, we still gonna push for that fight. Canelo fighting a bunch of pointless fights, getting paid $200 million. We're like, why don't you just fight the fight that we all want to see and you get paid your $200 million. You gonna get paid more than that if you fight David Benavidez. That's just what it is. But David Benavidez keep getting put on the back burner, right? Keep getting put on the back burner, and just, you know, I'm telling you. And Canelo don't want to fight that dude, bro. He just don't want to fight him. He wants to fight. He's in the point of his career. I feel like Canelo is not even hungry no more. I don't feel like he hungry. I feel like he just, at this point in his career, he just like going through the motions. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like he got that passion and desire anymore for boxing. A big old pothole, man. Kind of made me mad. I don't feel like he got that desire and passion for boxing. I'm just keeping it 1,000. I feel like he just going through the motions. He just, I'll fight him. He a small dude. I'll fight him, man. He ain't gonna be able to do nothing with me. I'll train a little bit, you know, make it look good, and get in there and you know, give him a one-sided beat down. You know what I'm saying? You know. So we shall see if Crawford come in there with that mentality that he's saying, because this is the thing, bro. We didn't heard this before. They say all the cliche things, and shout out to Sean Porter for saying this, because I never thought about this. And he wasn't talking about Crawford when he said this. But a lot of fighters say a lot of the cliche things, right? When it comes down to fighting. They say a lot of the cliche things like, man, I trained, this is the best camp, or I'm training hard, or, you know, I think I could beat this guy. They just say like the stuff that we done heard before. You know what I mean? Like, you know, we've heard opponents say, you know, when they fought Canelo, like, yeah, man, I'm ready to go. You know, I feel like I can beat him. You know, I'm gonna step to him. He ain't seen, you know. Charlo said that, and I told y'all, man. You know, I respect Jermell Charlo as a fighter, but I said, man, he's not gonna do nothing with Canelo, bro. You know, I told y'all, I said I want him to win, bro. I want Jermell Charlo to win. Little Charlo, I said, I want him to win, but I said, it's not happening, bro. You know what I'm saying? Going up 2 weight classes, and it went exactly how I told y'all it was gonna go. So I'm not trying to hear that stuff no more, bro. You know what I mean? You know, I know what y'all gonna say, oh, you picked Errol. Errol was at 147. He's a whole different fighter. He fight a whole different other style. You know what I'm talking about? And that's just what it is. That's real talk. You know what I'm saying? He fight a whole different style, bro. He don't fight like Canelo. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. We want Canelo versus David Benavidez. That's the fight that we want. We don't really care about no other fight but that fight, right? You know, that's why we still pushing for it, because it's like, at the end of the day, that's the mega fight that we want from Canelo. That's the fight. That's the last fight we wanted. Just like Floyd, the last fight we wanted from him was Manny Pacquiao. That's the fight we wanted, right? You know, we wanted Floyd versus Pacquiao. We got Floyd versus Pacquiao. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know, man. I just think that, you know, Canelo, I don't know what he need to do. He need to go up here and just fight David Benavidez, get out the way. You know what I mean? If he ain't on your level, just show the world he not on your level. But you avoiding him and make you look bad. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. I don't think Canelo's scared of him. I just think Canelo don't see the reward in that fight. And I feel like he not hungry no more. I don't feel like he in the business of proving himself. Right? I feel like he's in the business of, I'm not gonna lie, just kind of, he coasting. He just robbing the bank right now, just lining his pockets up. You know? Y'all let me know what y'all think. Let's go.